What's going on, guys? What's going on, Thai Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, Shannon Sharpe has been fired from ESPN. We know that Shannon Sharpe stepped away because of a situation that he was in. And let me say this: Shannon Sharpe. We know that last year he was on First Take sometimes, and now ESPN decides to fire him here. And this is kind of a business decision. And I do think when we look at Shannon Sharpe, like, we know he played in the NFL. We know that he played in the NFL. And we just didn't see this would happen from ESPN. I do think Molly, Stephen A, like, everybody's going to miss Shannon Sharpe on ESPN. Do I think Shannon Sharpe will get on another network? Yes. Do I think he's going to get on another TV show? Yes. Do I think he's going to still be talking about the game of football, the game of basketball? Yes, we're all going to miss Shannon Sharpe being on First Take and seeing him and Stephen A talk about LeBron versus Jordan, talk about the Lakers, talk about anything on First Take. Because First Take has been the number one show on ESPN for the last couple of years. And when we see how Shannon Sharpe stepped away because of his situation, it wasn't a good situation. It wasn't a good situation that Shannon Sharpe was in to to be in, to leave First Take early, and now get fired by ESPN and not going to be on First Take at all. And do I think Shannon Sharpe will be on another network? Yes, I honestly think Shannon Sharpe will be on another network because Shannon Sharpe knows the game of football. He knows the game of basketball. He knows how to commentate and how his takes are going to be. And we've seen that with Shannon Sharpe on FS1 with Skip Bayless, on First Take with Stephen A. Like, even when Skip Bayless left undefeated with even though when Shannon Sharpe left undefeated to go to First Take, we all knew that probably that Stephen A would have that chemistry with Shannon Sharpe. They definitely did have that chemistry. They basically had that chemistry where they were going back and forth. Like, Stephen A has been on First Take since the show ever started. And, like, I definitely think that Molly Karam is going to miss Stephen A. I think that Stephen A is going to miss Shannon. I think Molly's going to miss Shannon. I just think this was a business decision and not something that a business decision. Like, Shannon Sharpe has played in the NFL, has won Super Bowls. He knows the game of football. He's going to get on another network. Like, we seen we're probably not going to see Marcus Morris or Garrett Arenas on First Take anymore. We're probably not going to see Shannon Sharpe anymore after him getting fired and parting ways. This is something that this is something that ESPN has done, is that when they are, and let me say this, when ESPN fires somebody, like we've seen them fire Mark Jackson, who was a commentator for the NBA for ESPN, an announcer for the ESPN. We've seen ESPN go into this new era of having having a new era of having probably like a new era. And we're probably going to see that with First Take. We're going to see that with Get Up. We're going to see that with all of these shows that ESPN has on their network. But letting Shannon Sharpe go just because the situation that he was in, it wasn't a good situation. I get why he stepped away. But the thing is that when you step away, like from a job or from a job or from anything, I do think ESPN is going to miss them, and I going to miss Shannon Sharpe. And I honestly think, on top of that, when you look at the situation that Shannon Sharpe was in, it wasn't a good situation. And it wasn't a good situation that Shannon Sharpe was in, because he had to step away. He had to take a break from being on First Take. But when you say that now that Shannon Sharpe will not be on First Take anymore, not be a part of now you're saying Shannon Sharpe will not be a part of ESPN anymore, will not be a part of ESPN anymore, will not be on First Take anymore. Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A, to me, made a good commentary duo. They made a good commentary duo to that point. They made a good commentary duo. Yes, you had other reporters like a Marcus Morris who still plays in the NBA. Yes, you had Garrett Arenas. You had NFL players that played in the NFL. But for Shannon Sharpe to get on First Take last year, and now being fired, like, I think Shannon Sharpe will get on another network. We just don't know what network he's going to be on, because when we look at what Shannon Sharpe can bring to a network and to a sports show in general, he can bring the commentary. He can get along with people. He knows his takes on a daily basis. Yes, we know that he's always going to root for LeBron James. We all know that he's always probably going to pick LeBron James over Jordan. I do think that with Stephen A, I do think Stephen A, like I said, is going to miss Shannon Sharpe. Because Stephen A has worked with Matt Cohen, is working with Mad Dog, has had a chance to work with Shannon Sharpe, Skip Bayless. Like, when you say Stephen A has been on First Take for the longest, you can say that everybody goes through a situation. And for Shannon Sharpe to step away, seeing him step away from ESPN, this was definitely a business decision. It wasn't like, okay, we have to fire Shannon Sharpe. No, I think ESPN definitely wanted to keep Shannon Sharpe. But the situation that he was in wasn't a good situation. And we all go through situations. What we have to remember is these reporters, these NBA players, these WNBA players, these NFL players are all human. Are all human at the end of the day. They go through stuff like we go through stuff. So with Shannon Sharpe, he's going to get on another network. We just don't know. He might go back to FS1. He might go to NFL Live. NFL Network. We do not know at this point. But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And peace, everybody.